Hi, it's Lynn from LynnieCDesigns. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in West Sussex in the UK, and I'm coming on today to create a card for the latest Global Design Project challenge. It's a colour challenge this week, and it uses two of the new in colours, and I haven't taken part in a while. I've got something in my head using the Hydrangea Haven stamp set and the dies that go along that coordinate with it. I'm also going to use one of the stitched rectangle dies and the painted texture 3D embossing folder. So the card base is half a sheet of A4. I've got two pieces of basic white. One I have already embossed with that beautiful 3D embossing folder. Another bit for the inside. I've got a little bit of our watercolor Fluid 100 card. I'm going to do a wash for the background. I've got two little pieces, Sweet Sorbet and Petal Pink. They measure, they're both 6 by 4 centimeters. These white panels, all of the measurements for this will be over on my blog. Links in the description box. This is 10 centimeters by 14.3, so that you can see a little bit more of the base card, because I wanted to show that. It's just so lovely, this blue. And then I've got a little bit more, another little bit of basic white for stamping. So I'll just get on, stop waffling and get on and stamp. But I'm going to start with my watercolouring, and I'll do a little bit of a wash. So let's just grab that. I've got the largest water painter, and I'm just going to make that wet. I realise I need that open. This has got sort of purpley tinges as well as the dark blue. Not very good with watercolour. It's a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I need a little bit. That's going to dry very pale. So another way of getting the ink, if you haven't got the re-inker, make sure my brush is nice and wet. So let's just add a little bit more of that colour in there. And we will set that aside to dry. See the purpley pinky tones coming through. I may get my heat embosser out for that to dry it, but we'll keep that off to one side. Just clean my block with a rag there. Now this is the bit for stamping, and I'm going to stamp the outline in basic grey rather than Memento. Just makes it a little bit softer. Let's do that way. And I'm going to die cut that out. I'm going to fill in the green with the leaf stamp. Let's get my hair in there. Hopefully that's good. Oh, it's lovely and bright, isn't it? And then for the flower, I've got the petal pink, and then I'm going to dab on some of the sweet sorbet with a dauber. And this does go over the line, but that's absolutely fine. I'm going to clean that off. I've got my chamois here to the side, and I'm going to stamp that one more time to the side here. And again, I'm going to clean that off. And then I want a little label, this lovely little label that comes with this die pack. I'm going to die cut that out like that. And I'm going to die cut that like that. So let's just get this starry sky, and I've got the little sentiment for you. Oh, didn't do that very well. I had a class for new stampers, and I did say to them, count so that you know that, give it 1, 2, 3, and then you know it's going to last. So I'm going to go off and die cut these, and I'll also heat emboss that. Look how lovely that's come out. I'm going to dry that and then cut that out with this, and I will be back. So there we are. Beauty of a lot of our dies, they have the stitching on the inside and the outside of the die cut. So actually don't throw that away. I'm not going to throw that away because I'll use that on another project. So that's my background, and this beautiful thing, I'm going to just use my Wink of Stella before I do anything else, and just add some sparkle to that. I'm quite happy that there's some white bits around the edge. I don't know if you've ever seen a hydrangea, but they are multicoloured. It doesn't really matter too much how that one looks. These little bits pop up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some glue. In fact, I'm going to pop those up, I think, before I put the glue on, because I'd quite like those to stick, not have glue on. So I'm just using my pokey tool. Might well be an easier way to do this. Leave me a comment if you know how. Not all of them stick up, but most of them do. So yeah, I had a lovely class, first class for new stampers. Most were new stampers on Thursday. Sorry, Wednesday. I don't know what day it is now. I'm filming this a little bit in advance. It is the Jubilee weekend, so there we are. We've got that up there. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue around. Oh, I picked up an empty one. Picked up an empty one, as I do always on camera. So I'm going to just add, she said, a little bit of glue around the outside and a few dobs just on the bits on the inside. Less is more, as you know, and this actually lines up and we'll cover that over completely, which is fab. I'm going to pop that up with the dimensional, Stampin' dimensional there. I may well, no, it doesn't matter. I'm going to pop that there, and I'm going to trim that down there. Just pop a little bit of glue on that stem. And if they pop up a little bit. Okay, we need the glue. I'm going to pop that away and get our card base. Just going to use some ribbon again, some white twine, and a little dear little label. I'm going to pop that through there and then tie a bow, and that can have a dimensional on the back. Let's tie this bow before we pop it on. Perfect. And I'm going to put that there. Fabulous. Now I want to do a bit of colour blocking, and I'm going to do how, let's just have a look, see if these bits have been cut too long. I want to do Sweet Sorbet and Petal Pink there, like that. I've never done this before, but a friend said that she does this for scrapbooking. It just highlights the extra colour, so I'm just going to leave a little bit of a border, both of those colours. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I wanted to incorporate it into a card that I was making. So you can let me know in the comments what you think. I like that, so I'm going to pop that whole thing up on dimensionals. And as I say, this is for a colour challenge, and I will put links to the website. Design team always have some amazing projects, and you can see all the other lovely entrants. So let's try and get this so that it's central-ish. A little bit more glue than I would normally do, just because that is very textured and I want it to stick in place. Lovely. And then I'm going to pop that on the inside. I'm going to leave this blank on the inside for the minute because I don't know what occasion I'm going to use the card for, and I always think it's good to leave it blank so that it's ready for you to stamp. when you are ready. And then we just need some bling. So what do you think for bling? I think I'm just going to use, let's have a look. Use some basic pearls. They sometimes get forgotten. So my rule of 3 or 5. So I'm gonna actually put 3 there. Sticking to my fingers. There we go. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you like that. I realised that actually when you're doing a colour challenge, you shouldn't really include another colour. So I made another one off camera, and it's acceptable to use crumb cake. So I've used crumb cake on the leaves and a bit of crumb cake twine for that, rather than, so those are the 2 of them together. I actually quite like this. It's a bit unusual. You can see that the flowers each time, because you're using a dauber, they're slightly different. And I've also done the colour blocking on this side and then on opposing sides. I rather like both of them. What do you think? Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you again next week. Bye for now.